guys, I'm going to tell you a wee flag called the D Special, or Blackos D Special. Now, that's the wee pattern there. Now, these are in size 6. You're fishing for great whites, but that's what I do. I start off in 6. This is an 8. So, this is a size 8 partridge paint rate double. That's what my process is. So I start off 6, 8s, 10s, 12s, 14s. Now, the thread we're going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 801 white. Now, the reason why I'm using the white thread is because we're going to use an Opal mirage tinsel for the body. So I'm just going to come in and run on a few mil of thread, remove the waist tag. The tag at the back is a oval silver tinsel. I'm just using an oval silver tinsel in size 14. So I'm just going to catch it on the top on the way down. Just bring your thread down just until it's in line or slightly past the points of the hooks. Doesn't have to be exact. Then I'm going to come around with 4 turns of the oval silver, then catch that off on underneath. Trim that away. First part of the tail, we're doing some yellow bucktail. Now, I might just tend to stack this in my hand. You could use a hair stacker, but I think when you stack bucktail in the hair stacker, it looks like a paintbrush by the time you're finished. So just get it stacked up, lined up the best that you can. Like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can 2 lengths of the hook over the back. Just come around with a pinching loop, take it into the bucktail, lift this up, trim that away. Then I'm just going to take 2 strands of this is crystal flash, just on my desk here, and this is in yellow. Just offer this up into the tail, take a couple of turns and just fold that back, and then come in and trim away the waist. Now, on top of the yellow bucktail, we're just looking at a wee drop of black bucktail. So again, just take it off, just take away any rubbish, and then just line it up. And when you offer this up to the hook, you want this to be less the length of the yellow. Just have a wee check, sit there. Just working my thread forward now at this point. Come on and trim that away. On top of that, you want a single strand of black. This is black micro flash. Right. Just going to keep. Not going to fold the flash back at this point. So I'm just going to keep my thread going forward. Just forget about this bit. Make sure the tail's tied in, nice and tight. Then you can come in and nip that away. Now on the way back down, I'm going to tie in a length of ultra wire in silver. Get a bit of this off. So just take a length out off. Put the wee stopper back in. Many times I haven't put the stopper back in and the whole spools just went unravelled. So get a length of that. Just catch this in on underneath the hook and then work my thread back. Just going to, at this point what I do is just come in and just collect the tail, because I've always worked my thread forward, and then just work the thread back tied up against the oval silver tinsel tag. And the reason why I do that is just to try and reduce any of the, maybe a lump that I might get at the back of the fly. Now the body is a Opal mirage tinsel in large. just going to take a length of this off. Just offer this up to the hook. Just come around with a couple of turns, and then just work my thread up, tying this in. Then just come around with our Opal Mirage. I just want to have a wee check here just to make sure we're nice and straight at the back, and then just overlapping turns of the Opal Mirage tinsel up the body. Nice and tight to there. Follow this around with your thread. A couple of tight turns in. Come in and trim away the waist. Come straight in and bring up your rib. You're looking 4 turns of the wire up the body. Follow that around with your thread. Nice and tight. Then you can bend and break away the wire. And just bring our thread back up. Now we're not looking too bad. So we're just going to go back to our yellow bucktail for the first part of the wing, or the underwing if you like. Give it its technical term. And just, same again, just bring the bucktail in, the longer pieces, and just stack it just the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. It'll all swim with the fly once it's in the water. Now I just want this bucktail to be coming past the points of the hooks. So just hold it on top, come around with a pinching loop, nice and tight. Come in, lift the waist ends, trim that away. Just tighten up over the top of that and back up. Now at this point you could use black bucktail, but I'm going to put on some Arctic runner. Now we don't need too much of the Arctic runner either. Just have a wee check. It's too much for me. Just take some of that away. And we'll trim this away. Now if you don't have Arctic runner, like I say, just use the black bucktail. It'll do the same job. This is just a wee bit more mobile. I want the black Arctic runner longer than the yellow bucktail. Just tie that in. Come in and trim away the waist. And then I'm going to add in another strand of the black microflash. If I don't stop dropping it here. All fingers and thumbs in it, boys. We'll just offer this up. Just working it down, then a strand over to your side, work it back up. Then just come in, trim this to the length that you want. There's a throat of squirrel dyed blue. This is just grey squirrel dyed blue on the wee flag, so just take enough out to create yourself a throat. Trim away the waist. Just remove any broken ends, any fluff that's in the squirrel. Now I'm going to stack this. Just so we can get all the blue tips lined up. Offer this underneath. Just want it to roughly the same length as the Arctic runner, somewhere about there. Just pinch it up from the bottom, nice and tight. Now if you've got a vise that you can rotate, that's sort of weigh half the bottle, so just move that round. Then come in and collect the waist ends of the squirrel. Trim that away. Now it is best at this point to probably put on a wee lick of super glue, because squirrel does have a terrible habit of wanting to pull out once it's tied in, and work our thread back up. Next bit, just looking at a black cock, or in this case this is a hen hackle. Now the tip is broke on this, but you can still use this hackle. Just come down a wee bit further and get yourself a tan-in point. Just come around with a couple of turns. I'm going to fold the tip back. Just bring my thread back up over the tip and the hackle. Come in and break away the tip. come in with the scissors, just using the edge of the blade. That'll help the process of folding those back. And then I'm looking 2 turns of this. There's plenty. I don't want any of that fluff on it. The reason why I haven't stripped the fluff off, because the stem is that thin, the bottom of the hackle will break on me. So that's why I've left it on. Just something to hold on to. Just come in and trim away the hackle. Right, I think it wants to go forward. Just come in and fold it back. Get nice and tight with the thread turns. Just get a base down for finishing off. In a wee second. Last part of the fly, 2 jungle cock eyes. So just get them lined up the best you can in your hand. Just take back the old fluff that's on the bottom. Offer them up to the hook. These are just sort of a loose turns, there's no real tension put onto the thread at this point, so just have a wee check, see what way we're sitting. Happy enough with that, so I'm just going to tighten up with another turn, then come in and just whip these stems of the jungle cock back and tie up over the top, nice and tight. Don't be putting loose turns in at this point, guys. You want them jungle cock to stay in there as tight as you can, keeping your thread tight. Break away the stems, and then come straight in with your whip finishing tool, because we're going to brighten the head up with a glue brite floss number 14. Pull the thread nice and tight, come in and trim away the tan thread. This is the colour here, the shade 14, and then just basically tie up over the top of the white thread, nice and tight. Trim away your glue brite floss, and then come straight in with your whip finishing tool and just do one a whip finish. Pull the floss nice and tight, trim away the floss. That's the wee fly finished. First coat on the head. Drop a super glue. Now you don't want this touching your fly, because you'll just ruin all your hard work the whole way up. And there you go, guys. That's the D special, or the Blackos D special. So tie a few of those up. It is a salmon fly. It is a fly, I believe, that the fish on the Tay in Scotland, River Tay, but I think that wee fly would work rather well for sea trout and dolligan. I think it would work well for dolligan. I was tying it for dolligan, I'd probably tie it a bit sparser than what I've tied it there. But sure, look, tie a few of those up for your box. As always, many thanks for taking the time to view the video. It's greatly appreciated, so thank you. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, please consider subscribing. It's completely free, and it just helps the wee channel grow, and I love doing this. So until next time, take care of yourselves, and most importantly, take care of the families. See you on the next one.